Hey, my name is Michael Sloniker, and this is my Telling Ain't Training self-evaluation. For this evaluation, I based it off my abilities as a Bible study teacher. On the left side of the chart, in red, you'll see what I put as my current state, and on the right, in blue, you'll see where I put where I want to be. Let's go down the list of dimensions, and I'll explain my self-evaluation. First off, for my mission, I put myself as a 4 because I'm very focused on delivering purely Bible-based facts and research. I currently don't have much of a formal Bible education, and so I take the time to be extra careful to research and back up anything I say or teach. I would like to get to an 8 once I've received formal Bible education so that I can spend more time focusing on the content than the research. But I will always ensure that anything I teach or say is Bible-based. Next, for how I am viewed by management and clients, I put myself as a 4 because I am slowly learning how to go from just being a basic lesson maker and teacher into truly guiding and mentoring my students at an individual level. I'm always learning, evaluating, and trying new things, and I hope one day to be able to reach a solid level 10 in this area of transforming and discipling students. For my basic job, I put myself as a 6 because I have learned and practiced over the last 2 years of teaching Bible study how to get individuals and teams interested and involved in meetings, outreaches, leadership events, and activities other than just our weekly Bible study. I would like to continue improving in this area, but I am fairly satisfied with where I'm at. For the products and services that I provide, I put myself as a solid 7. Early on in my Bible study teaching, I learned how to efficiently and effectively develop lessons and materials. Since I was able to pick up the lesson creation so quickly, I've been able to use the time since then to improve and tweak the lessons, as well as create better tools, interactions, and foster an environment where feedback is encouraged and shared. I place my desired level as an 8 because I believe there is always room for learning and improvement. For my needs assessment process, I place myself as a solid 7 again. I lead and teach my Bible study without oversight or higher up orders. And as I said in the previous area, I've strived to create an environment of open and honest feedback, as well as group discussion. This has allowed me to see where each student is at in their learning, based on how much feedback and discussion they give, and the quality of that communication. I take all this into consideration when designing future lessons and content. I believe I have much room to improve in this area, and I believe it to be vital. So I want to see myself reach a solid, strong 10. For my evaluation practices, I put a 5. Between checking for learners' reactions and understanding and verifying their learning and application, I see myself as somewhere in the middle. I'm still learning as a teacher how to motivate students to apply their learning in their own lives and even to share it with others. I'd say that I'm good at gauging interest and learning, but I'm still experimenting and trying to figure out how to motivate students to get truly invested and excited to spread their learning on to others. I would like to lean more towards the side of seeing and understanding the impact of learning, so I put my desired level at an 8. For the last section, my accountabilities, I place myself at a 4. I believe this is my lowest area because I don't get to see how my students use much of the tools and trainings that I pass on to them. With the nature of my Bible study, meeting on a commuter college campus that only until recently offered associate's degrees, many of the students I have are only part of the Bible study for 6 months at the most. My focus is on delivering the best and most solid biblical teaching that I can, engaging students with community outreach, equipping them with evangelism tools, and then trusting God to use them and the teachings that I provide for His glory and for the spreading of His kingdom. I would love to reach a level 10 in this area, where I can get students taught, trained, and engaged in evangelism efforts during the brief time that I have with them. In order to reach that goal, I need to continue experimenting and learning as a teacher, how I can condense and enrich my lessons while also meeting each student at an individual level, keeping their focus and engagement, and truly motivating them to spread the good news here and now. That's my self-evaluation for my Bible study training. Thanks for listening.